You ever think about how long people have been hunting ducks in general? I don't mean your grandpa. I don't mean market hunters. I mean before history even existed. Before farms, before towns, before metal tools. Hi, I'm Porter with Midwest Outdoor Tactics. And today we're going to go over some history about how the origins of waterfowl have been discovered. Waterfowl hunting might be one of the oldest hunting traditions humans have ever practiced. And we've been doing it almost continuously ever since. And once you understand how far back this really goes, it changes how you look at the marsh. It really does. When archaeologists look at the earliest human campsites, some dating back over 40,000 years, they keep finding the same thing over and over again. Not just mammal bones, not just fish, but ducks, geese, water birds. That tells us something important. Early humans didn't just occasionally kill waterfowl. They planned around them. Wetlands were some of the richest places on Earth. Fresh water, fish, plants, and birds that showed up every year on schedule, moving the same routes. To a prehistoric human, migrations probably looked like magic. Birds disappearing and then returning. But after enough seasons, patterns formed, and once human recognized those patterns, waterfowl became one of the most reliable protein sources we ever figured out. There were no calendars back then, no clocks, no weather apps. Everything was learned by watching the sky, watching the water, watching when the birds showed up fat and when they didn't. Hunters learned when birds fed, where they rested, which wind brought movement, which wetland mattered, and which didn't. Sounds familiar, right? It's not instincts, that's knowledge passed down, generation after generation. Once someone figured it out, that knowledge was valuable. It meant food, it meant survival. How they actually hunted ducks is another question. They hunted without guns. Hunting ducks was dangerous and personal. Most early waterfowl hunting happened at night. In shallow water, at roost sites. Now, highly illegal now to be hunting waterfowl at night in the United States, at least the lower 48. I don't know about Alaska with their special rules they have for the Inuit people and whatnot, but you can't hunt them at night in Minnesota and the United States. Hunters used clubs. They threw stones. They sharpened spears. And they had traps. Some would wade into the reeds slowly, feeling for birds with their legs before striking. Others worked together. One group pushing birds, another waiting. This wasn't chaos, it was coordination. Missing wasn't just disappointing. It was wasted energy. And when every calorie mattered, efficiency was everything. Now, why did waterfowl matter so much? Large animals were risky. Fish weren't always reliable. But waterfowl? They came back every year. They traveled predictable routes. They gathered in numbers that made them renewable. long before human understood that word. Feathers became insulation for those cold nights. Their bones became tools. Fat became energy. Nothing at all was wasted. That mindset, take what you need, use everything, came from necessity, not ethics. But it created respect all the same. This is the part most people miss. Here's the part that gets overlooked the most. Early waterfowl hunting wasn't primitive, it was refined. It required timing, patience, knowledge of bird behavior, and understanding wind and cover. Those skills weren't invented in the modern era. We inherited them. Every time you set decoys into the wind, every time you wait instead of calling, every time you move because birds won't finish, you're using knowledge that started tens of thousands of years ago. The next time you stand in a marsh before shooting light, think about this. Someone stood in that same place, maybe not the same exact place, but some place similar, with worse tools, more risk, and everything on the line for survival. Same birds, same migrations, same wetlands, different century. Waterfowl hunting didn't start as a sport, it started as survival. And the fact that we still do it today says something powerful. This is just where the story begins. Next, we're going to talk about how ducks were hunted before guns ever existed, and why some of those methods would still work today, because the tools changed, but the birds didn't.